Looking back to your past work and interactions, if you could redo something, is there something that you want to redo? And if yes, what would that be?
I won't speak to something, super specific. I would say if I had the opportunity to take a course or get a certificate or learn strategies on how to manage people.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, if you're a faculty or, whatever your career path is, as long as you're moving forward or moving up, you're likely to have to manage people. And they don't teach us that in school. You
No.
know, as faculty, you have postdocs, you have students, you have other support staff, especially in extension, you have other types of support staff. And not everyone is like-minded. Not everyone has the same work ethic that you do. Not everyone has the same drive as you do. I never developed, I've always tried to treat people the way I would like to be treated, but that is not necessarily enough to manage people. So I think I would take any opportunity that there was to do something like that, to some kind of management course or like a certificate or something to get some formal experience or some techniques on how best to manage subordinates.
That is awesome. Looking back, what is something that you wish someone had told you when you were starting out?
Oh, um,
You wish you knew.
I wish I knew how the sausage was made. You know, they don't tell you in grad school, you're going to be an accountant, you're going to be a manager, you're going to be doing bookkeeping, you're going to be writing grants all the time. And maybe then you get to learn something. Maybe then you get to do some research.
Mhm.
You don't get all of that. So a little bit more awareness of what you're diving into.
Yes.
All that. And I will say, doing a postdoc does help with that. So if
Mhm.
people have I'm seeing more and more economics or ag econ postdocs, and I tell people to take advantage of that.
Can you believe it? I was saying the very same thing to one of my graduate students this very morning.
Yes.
This morning, I was telling them that, and I have benefited immensely from doing a postdoc. I knew nothing when I graduated. I can completely say that without any shame or anything. Was, I just was kind of, I felt like, I was just drifting along. It
Mhm.
took me to actually do a postdoc to realize that, okay, I think I can do research,
Right.
right? Go on.
But I feel the same. So my position is heavy extension. I didn't have extension training.
Hmm.
Postdoc, and I think the value in that was you are for sure expert in something.
Hmm.
You come out of your postdoc being confident that you are an expert in this thing. That will give you a little bit of leeway when you get the five other things that you're absolutely clueless about, right? At least you have this one thing and you can spare the headspace for all these other things that are going to get thrown at you.
You are so correct. And you know what? I think if I can add to that, I feel that the postdoc actually allows you to internalize that feeling that you might as well be an expert in, like, this tiny thing.
Yes.
Because I distinctly remember during my defense, the day of my defense, a very nice faculty in my department said, remember, you know the most about this thing than anybody on the planet. That very small thing. And I was like, what is she talking about?
Right. It doesn't set in.
It does not. And so in that sense, the postdoc really, really helps.
Yeah.
And I am really my postdoc, I did my postdoc in the UK. And at that point of time, there weren't that many postdocs in the US. So
Mhm.
at least in the US for sure, it's really in some sense, it's heartening for me personally to see so many of these positions now.
Yes.
For sure. Um, any other, do you have any guidance for early career scholars? Anything more to add to what you've already said?
It's It might sound a little abstract, but take time to reflect and plan.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly doing, especially early faculty, all these different opportunities get thrown at you. You have these metrics to meet, or you're not sure what the metrics are. So you're just working yourself to the bone, doing everything you can. Take time, schedule the time to reflect and plan, whether that is once a year or every quarter, but make sure that be clear on the type of work you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
or that the work that you are doing is going to lead you there. And that doesn't happen by chance. You really do have to stop and settle and reflect on what you're doing.
This is, yes, this is very true. This is very true and very profound. And I don't think this is abstract at all. I think this is very, very needed because I feel that if you are able to reflect and in some sense strategize, you
Yes.
are able to position yourself for
Mhm.
success now and in the future.
Yes, that's something I tell my students and my postdocs to do. It's like every January, they have to submit a strategic plan.
Oh, I love
I
that.
give them a template. It has details about what they're going to finish when. The timelines need to be reasonable. They have to submit a strategic plan, and then they need to go back and make sure and adjust it. As things change, they need to go ahead and adjust it. It's really helpful to put everything you're doing down and then
Mm-hmm.
realize, this isn't helpful. I need to start saying no to this. I don't have funding to work on this type of work. Well, how will I get funding if I want to do it? How will I get that funding? Who do I need to partner with? But there's no time for that in the day to day if we're just constantly doing. And I did
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that. I spent the first 3 years just doing,
Uh-huh.
not thinking about what I was doing, just doing. I would say, spend
Yep.
a few days and sit seriously and not on your vacation. Like this is a part of your work. Sit and do it. It's important. Schedule it if you have to.